Hi lovelies, this is Osato Ege. So on today's tutorial, I'm going to be teaching on how to make this beautiful white pleated palazzo pant. It's a very beautiful pant and it's very easy to make, easy and straightforward. Please just follow through. If you have any question, you can leave it in the comment section. Please, if this is your first time of coming across my channel, please kindly like, subscribe and share. Thank you very much. So let's get right into it. So this is the fabric I'm going to be using. This is a crepe fabric and I'm using 3 yards. But if you want to get your accurate measurement for this pleated palazzo, just divide your hip by 4 times 2. So, or times 2, you can make it times 3 depending on how wide you want it. I'm already marking my length measurement, which I'm using 53, then plus 2 for the folding allowance. So as you can see, my fabric here, I've already folded my fabric here into 2. It has already been folded into 2. So the basic measurement for this pleated palazzo is your length, your crotch measurement and your waist measurement. That's the 3 basic measurements. So to get your crotch measurement, you divide your hip by 4. Hip divided by 4 plus 2 inches to make it easy for you to move around your crotch. So you have gather around your crotch. So your hip divided by 4 plus 2 inch. So first of all, I'm just going to mark my hip measurement divided by 4, which is 11. As you can see, I'm marking through 11 inches. I've not added the 2 inches allowance, so 11 inches. So I'm just going to make it easy so you can understand what I'm doing. Then plus the 2 inches allowance for the crotch, so all making it 13 inches. You can actually mark it at a go. You can actually mark it at once, but I just want to make sure that you understand what I'm doing. That's why I'm taking my time to break it down. So I'm going to use my ruler now to mark through. So I've marked my crotch measurement now. So to get my crotch length extension, you're going to divide your hip by 20. So once you divide your hip by 20, whatever you get, you mark. So mine is 2 1/4. So I will just mark through. So after I mark my 2 1/4, then I'll use my ruler to make a straight line. Please, hope you understand, hope you're following through, please. So I'll just use my ruler to make a straight line, like so. So after drawing a straight line, I'll just make a curve. So this is it for the crotch measurement. So a female trouser is not totally straight. So I'm going to the edge. I'm going to go to the edge of the fabric now and measure 2 inches. So I'm going to mark my hip measurement because your curve is going to be from the hip measurement. I'm going to mark my hip measurement downward, which is 11. So I'll mark like so. Then on the waistline, I'll take in 2 inches. I'll connect it to the hip measurement. So I'll just connect it to the hip measurement like so, just the way I'm doing it now. You can use your ruler if you want, but I'm just going to use my free hand. So this is basically it for the front side of the pant. So I'm just going to cut through now, then I'll use the front to cut out my back. the back side. So after cutting, this is what it looks like. So I'm going to place the front now on the back to cut it. So this is the fabric for the back. Make sure you add extra 3 inches to the edge of the fabric. So just follow through so you understand what I'm trying to explain. I added extra 3 inches for the back. So just the way I'm arranging it now. So I'm going to mark out 3 inches from the side of the pants. So after arranging it, I want to make sure that what I have is up to 3 inches. So I'm going to use my tape now to check it. If it's up to 3 inches, so I'm just going to mark it through till the length of the fabric, 3 inches all around, just at the side of the pants. Towards on the cross side, they are not adding any extra inches, just at the side of the pants. Just mark 3 inches downward. Yeah, so I'm going to cut through now. So this is basically it for both the front and the back. So for the front piece, I'm going to come down by 1 inch for the waist. So just the way you're seeing it, I'm going to come down by 1 inch, so you won't have any saggy by the crotch side. So just come down by 1 inch. You slant just the front, you just slant it towards the waist, just like the way I'm doing it now. So I'm going to cut it now. Please, when working with a stretchy fabric, just do it to pin it down. Try to pin your fabric down. So I'm going to go to my sewing machine now and join my front piece with 1/2 inch. This is what it looks like after joining it. So on this fabric now, we're going to create our pleats for the palazzo trouser. Now I will divide my waist circumference by 2. So my waist circumference by 2 divided by 2 is 19. So that means basically the front waistline is going to be 19 inches, while the back waistline is going to be 19 inches. So this middle where I sewed, where I went to join my fabric now, is serving as my middle point. So now I'm going to have 19 inches in front. So that 19 inches divided by 2 again, I'm going to have 9.5. 9.5, then I'll add one extra 1 inches to it for sewing allowance. So the extra you have is going to be for your pleating. The extra fabric you have by your edge you're going to use that for your pleating. So you can pleat as many as you want, depending. So right now, to get your pleat, to start your pleats from the middle point, you're going to divide your nipple to nipple measurement divided by 2. So my nipple to nipple measurement is 8 divided by 2. I'm going to have 4 inches. So this is my middle point now. For my middle point, I'm going to mark 4 inches. So once I mark my 4 inches, from the 4 inches, I'll mark another 6 inches for my pleat. That's how wide I want my pleat to be. So I'm marking my 4 inches just like so. Yes. So from that 4 inches I mark, I'll go in by 6 inches. That's how wide I want my pleat to be. So from where you marked your 4 inches, you're going to take it outward towards the 6 inches. That's how the pleat is, it's outward. So from that 4 inches, where you mark your 4 inches, you place it towards the 6 inches to make your pleat. That's towards the side of the trouser, just the way you're seeing it like this. So you do the same thing to the other side of the fabric. You mark your 4 inches, then you mark your 6 inches. So you just take it outward, just place it the way I'm placing it now. Please make sure you place it the way I'm placing it now, exactly like this, towards the 6 inches. That's how to make your pleat. So if you can see, I have to pin because the fabric is stretchy, so you have to pin to secure your pleats. So this is how it looks like after the first pleat. So I found out that I still have excess fabric, so I'm going to make another pleat, which is very optional. So I'm going to mark 3 inches, because if I'm going to do 4 inches and a 6 inches, it will be enough. So I'm going to do 3 inches and another 3 inches. That's it. I'm just going to mark another 3 inches, then I'll make my pleat. So I'll do same thing to the other side of my front trouser. I'll do the same thing to the other side. My waist circumference divided by 4 is 9.5. 9.5 plus 1 inch for sewing allowance is 10.5. So I'm going to check now if it's correct after making that pleat. So make sure that your waist circumference is still correct. See, the amount is 10.5. So I'm going to do the same thing to the other side of the front. This is the back of the pant. So I'm going to do the same thing I did for the front to the back. Just my normal 4 inches measurement, then 6 inches measurement, then my 3 inches measurement. Just the exact way I did for the front, I'm going to do to the back. So after doing that, I'll go over to my sewing machine to secure my pleat. This is how it came out after stitching on the pleat. This is how it came out. So I'm going to bring both the front and the back together, add the front and the back together, just like so, and the other side. So I'll go over to my sewing machine and stitch down with 1 inch. So for the left side, you're going to mark down 8 inches for zipper allowance. So you just mark it down that place to 8 inches to zipper allowance. So when you're stitching, you stitch from that 8 inches downward. While for the crotch side down, you just stitch down by ½ an inch downward. So I'm going to go over to my sewing machine now to do that. This is how my pants came out after stitching. It came out very well. It is very fine. So what I'm going to do next is measure around my waist circumference from the zipper side, the zipper allowance side. So I'm going to measure it around. It's whatever I get, I'm going to use to cut out my band for the waist. So I've already cut out my band and I've ironed it already. So this is my band for the waist. I've ironed it already. I put a gum stay on it to make it firm. So I've ironed it. So I'm going to fold one edge with a quarter and the other edge a quarter, just like so. I'll fold a quarter in, I'll iron, fold a quarter in and iron, then fold it together, iron it. I normally iron my band to give me that line when I'm sewing. This is how I'm going to place my band while sewing. So I'll just go to my sewing machine and sew it around, then sew the bottom of the trouser, or you can use a hemi gum. So that's basically all for the trouser. Thank you very much for watching.